Yes.
Salam, doctor.
Salam.
Salam, doctor.
Salam.
Salam, doctor.
Salam. Any question?
How are you today, doctor?
Yeah, okay.
Alhamdulillah. So
Why
somebody
you
asked,
asking today?
just like that, a colloquial speech,
Okay,
that.
okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay.
So somebody asked a question, right, doctor?
Yeah, they asked a question. What about you?
Doctor, I wanted to understand this. Allah says in Quran that for every nation there was a messenger, and for every nation there will be a messenger,
Yes.
right? Let
Yes.
us see if by any history or whatever it is, we know that Quran has come some 1500 years back. So now I want to ask this question. At that particular point of time, there was very less population. Now the population is in billions. So the need for a prophet to come is much more now. Don't you think so?
Allah's words are true.
Yes.
Chapter 2146.
2146. Should I read?
Okay, go ahead.
Those whom we have given the book recognize him as they recognize their sons, and a party of them most surely conceal the truth while they know it.
Chapter 2145. One verse before that.
Yeah. And even if you bring to those who have been given the book every sign, they would not follow your Qibla, nor can you be a follower of their Qibla. Neither are they the followers of each other's Qibla. And if you follow their desires after the knowledge that has come to you, then you shall most surely be among the unjust.
So who are the people given the book? Who do you think?
We are the people.
Who they are? Who are the people given the book? But the people of the book will not reject the signs of Allah, while they are witness themselves. Then who will reject the signs of Allah? Those who say that we are the owners of the book, while Allah says everybody has the ownership to Quran. And it is a mercy for all people of all the worlds, of all times. He will identify these people who behave differently and those who do not follow the messenger in the way he would follow the messenger, who will not follow Allah in the way he wants them to be humble. And they cannot show arrogance. They shall be ever obedient to the commandment of Allah concerning the humanity to be exhibited by every human being. That obedience to humanity you will not find among such people. Such are the people who will form a cult, as we have already seen some time before. A small group or big group or overwhelmingly large population following one section of a particular priesthood. So, those people who are willingly abiding by the humanity, they have humility and forgiveness for the people who will not be arrogantly aggressive towards any mistakes or any error they commit in their lives. And even if one commits sins, they will be foremost to forgive them. And further, they will have such enlarged heart from their provisions, they will give them the good. Such are the people really following the principles, guidelines set by Allah in their soul. So they follow their soul. Those who follow their souls, Allah grants them peace and He makes them persevere in peace in their efforts to attain their future peace. So peace upon peace, the victory upon victory will be coming towards them. Allah advises and an admonition also comes from Him. Never ever be disobedient in Allah's command that you should be merciful, forgiving, benevolent, and benefit others from what Allah has provided you of the good things. Such are the people, really, they are the followers of the scripture. Now you and I and the entire world is given the weather. The Quran is open to everyone. But only the Muslims say that Quran is for us. Nowadays, the people begin to say that it is for all humans and all mankind, and people are now reading Quran. But a few decades earlier, all over the world, the people are saying that Quran is for Muslims. So those who are judging themselves as Muslims, definitely they become gods. Mostly the people of the book today are the imams and mullahs and the pujaris and the priests of the Christians and the rabbis of the Judaism. Every religious leader, they consider them to be endowed with the scripture. They are the ones who have the right to claim that they know the meaning, they understand the provisions given in the book, and they only know the way and guidance from the book. And they also claim they receive that guidance straight from their God. Whether they are Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jew, or whoever it is, every priest in that particular religion, they consider themselves as the people of the book. Do we understand this now?
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
While they are not, in truth.
Yes.
Those who give you thinking and in whom there's always a thinking process is on. all the time. Never it is switched off. They are well aware of the situation prevailing before them, and they have to seek the guidance of God. And the situation now is for all people, there is no peace here, and people do not know the peace is important for their life. What they think is that peace is generated by the corporates, generated by minting money, and without money there's no peace. With money, peace is available for a price. Is it right? Is it the level most of the people follow, that peace is to be bought by money, and no, everyone knows that peace is only shattered by the money. The entire world of gold, the earth of gold, and there is in addition like that of, definitely you can ransom yourself with it. Peace you will not gain. You are a beneficiary. So in 2:145, never consider you are nearer to God, and never think for a while you know the whether in the essence God has given you. To each and everyone, God is settled, prescribed a way, and they follow that line. Nobody can go past that prescribed way God has given to each and every person. And they have to find their way from God on their own. Each mind is different. Each one's understanding is based on their position and situations. And each situation for each person is different. And the position they take is also different based on the peace that they have in their heart, for which they strived hard in the path of Allah, seeking from Him the peace. Before going to the Veda, the finest witness and the sign from God is the peace. If only you opt for the peace and strive for peace and submit all your wish and will to God, and in turn He gives you the peace. That means everything that your mind wishes at that point of time, when you have the serene peace in your mind with such calmness and quietness in your attitude, all the attributes are now encompassing you. Every grace of Allah by His attitude is circumferencing you, and they embrace you. Peace is not such a small thing to be thrown behind your back and start searching for something other than peace. Allah is so clear. Other than peace is no religion, is no religious duty on you to abide by and to supplement to me, and surrendering all your wealth, all your possessions under me, and take from me the peace which is going to give you eternal life of bliss and mirth. A glad tidings for you. Have a peaceful life all your days to come, all your moments to pass by. Have peace upon the peace. One moment's peace is not equivalent to the next moment's peace, because it is going to be created for you. A new feeling of enlightenment, a new feeling of blissness and freshness, a new feeling of your ability to conquer the heavens and the earth and everything in between, a new feeling that you're entering into the spaciousness, crossing the seven heavens, the boundaries of them all. If you speak this to the imams and mullahs and pujaris and priesthood and the rabbis, and whoever claim that they are your guardians for your future life, definitely they will not accept the truth from God, whatever be the sign or the witnesses that you bring before them from God directly, then also they will not be following the way we are. Peace is all important. Don't go for your enjoyment in this world. Don't go for the happiness in this world. Don't go for the ceremonial beautification and adulation in this world based on your spending spree of your wealth, money, property. And because of your money, you have the power at your command. So you have the beautiful life in this world. All are abiding by your command, and everything seems to be under your feet because you have got the command of the power of money and properties. And you may have the authority over the people because of some power conferred on you. All the more, the habit of exaltation is there with the people who think they are your guide, who think they know the weather, who thinks that their nearness is much closer than all other people, who thinks the paradise and hell are at their command. They will never accept peace. So these are the people who create chaos and tumult and enmity and animosity between the people concerned, between the people, and they divide the people and they make the people pounce one on the other. They set one section on the other until there is tumult and bloodshed and the shattering of peace. Today, the peace is shattered because of the priesthood. And the politicians, definitely they want to divide and rule these pujaris who say that they are the owners of the weather. They go hand in hand with them. And the politicians whose main is to divide and rule, these pujaris become handy to them. So now the people of the book who follow it in sense, they have the individuality and they know they are an individual. Everyone is an individual and they have their own way. Nobody can pave the way for them. Suppose I am having some problem in my in my bodily organs. On account of that, I have some mental anguish and I am worried a lot. I am thinking about when that sorrowful days will come. When will I be an aggrieved person because of the heavy losses that would occur, which I am foreseeing using my meager knowledge. So I am a worried person now. Nobody can understand in what way the worry has accumulated in me, how the sorrowfulness has shrouded me in such cloudiness, and how soon I will be getting into that miserable life of grief which I am expecting. It may be near or future. Who will understand me? Whatever is going on in me, in what combination, in what speed it is going towards the ultimate detrimental target, which I am hoping, which I am believing, because my knowledge only goes to that extent, up to that extent, and beyond that, to believe there is no heart for me closed. Within the sphere of knowledge, every evil is there for me awaiting. In whichever direction I turn to, from every corner, every direction, the death reaches me. The destruction comes to me. Agony is now enclosing me. There's no way to escape. In each and every situation, I grow tired, mentally and physically. I become haggard looking for the people. They have no interest to see my face, such is the dullness. When they see my face, they get the dullness. They don't want to see the face. They see the face as if something as an ill omen. It is not so bright. The eyes are not sending the message of hope, courageousness, and overall the peace and perseverance in peace. And they see from your eyes that is the window of the mind, the messages that come from it, from the heart. It is opened through the window of the eyes, and they are able to receive it. And they have some sort of comfort and solace in their heart just because they see so much of purity in the heart, and the eye is the window of the heart. They are able to see the clarity, and that clarity gives them the message of Allah, gives them the message of the truth, and the peace is given to them. And they have such immense pleasure to be in your nearness, so that they will not be falling short of their peace at any point of time. Even the moment they think about you, they have their peace. It is God's message, is God's promise on those people who believe in His mercy. And God's promise is true, and He will never be going back on His promise, come what may. Even if you don't follow Him, Allah's promise will come later on because of your lack of following Him, because of your non-allegiance to your promise to Him. Things may turn out to be in your disfavor after some time. Stay on favorably in the eyes of Allah, following the message from Him, which is conveyed to you by the angel messenger Gabriel, who is Ruhul Quddus. Ruhul Quddus is for your Ruh, the soul, the appointed messenger who gives the word of God to you. If you believe, then comes the messenger Ruhul Amin, who gives you the honor of taking to the guidance. When you take to the guidance, only blissful moments and peaceful heart is gathering momentum, and you will be a person living in heaven even as you are going through some turbulent atmosphere and situations. Definitely, you know for good, you are a believer, things will change for the good, and thereafter, the goodness will end without cessation. Such is the benevolence of God on you, and you will be reveling in the thought of that God will give you more and more from Him, the benefit of believing in Him. And the signs will gather about you, around you, all the time, and in such close proximity, you will not have to see beyond your scope of hearing, your scope of seeing. And everything is in reach. What is far away beyond the physical visibility and audibility, everything from the eternal truth is coming so near you, and Allah gives you the sign of it. Only those people who are perceiving it, to whom Allah gives, intends to give, to whom Allah gives that knowledge and the supreme power to understand, the discernment and appreciation of the perspectives of the prosperous sight that they have because of their enlightenment. God given enlightenment. They have the ability to foresee. They have the clairvoyance to see beyond what an ordinary person with physical senses could reach. Their scope is far and wide, leaving ascend to the seven heavens and enter the space. So that is their life. When you speak such things to the mullahs and imams and your pujaris and your priesthood, definitely you are their main enemy, and they will set their entire group of people who follow them against you. So Allah says they are not going to follow your way. So don't be pressing them to follow your line. All you have to say to them is plain, in a plain manner, as easily as possible, so that the people around him also understand. Even if he is going arrogantly against the word of Allah, the people who he thinks under the pujari concerned things, they are under his command. definitely they understand better. So all the duty of yours is to show with clear signs you becoming a model for them, and your clarity sounds so good to them that they see the truth beyond the reality. Reality, what is visible. The truth is what is in essence the truth behind it, and the reality is your part is good and part is bad. The reality is partly truth, partly just truth, and partly just falsehood. So be aware that when you speak the voice of God, when you relate the narrative of the book, the scripture, be thorough yourselves. What you are speaking is for the public, and what you are expecting of them is the belief of their future life. And if you have to say that you will be speaking from your heart, how is it possible to speak from the heart? Then only they can understand. It is possible only when you say to people what you do. God says, never say a thing that you do not do. It is most hateful in the eyes of God to preach them what you practice not. Unless you practice, your real feeling will not be coming out. Unless you are steadfast in your belief, you cannot make another person believe, and you will not make them understand what belief is. In the end, the pujaris will be setting them against you. You have to be very careful in understanding what God is ordaining upon you, and what God is what God's permission is towards upon you, and how you will be proceeding according to the guidance of God. If there is any benefit that you can impart to the people, you say. So there should be a calculated and precisely measured way of giving bad tidings to the people, giving the admonition to the people, giving the warning to the people, not exceeding the limits that they will be disturbed in their heart. Whoever is hearing you. Even if you are doing in this manner, your preaching is so beautiful. You are speaking to them from your life, and you are giving them the signs because of your knowledge is so vast, and your discernment is so acute. You are able to give them threadbare for them to see clearly whatever you are saying, whatever you are saying to them, and their belief is also ingrained innately and inherently, and becoming a natural process and a part of what you are saying. It will generate a process of understanding them in the unseen way, in the path of wisdom. They, and they will be shifting their stand from the knowledge, the visible knowledge level, to the invisible wisdom. And this is how you will be inculcating the freedom of thinking in the people. So they get enlightened, and you are with your peace and comfort with which you are transferring your wisdom in a workable atmosphere as a situational evolution, and that gives them the peace and evolving peace in their heart all the time. Those who are arrogant are those people who are affluent people with money and property and people, and having an authority over the people because of their kingdom, because of their authority given to them by you, by way of choosing them, selecting them as people who will moderate your physical living in this world. So, like a chief minister, like an MLA, like your district collector, these are the people with authority. And there are the people who have the money building power, who have the capacity to wield the power because of their money wealth, because of the authority, because of the status they have gained, and because of something that you have as charms You have the charming ability. Others, you have the enticing ability, and you suppose yourself as honorable person, and they hero worship you also. That idol worshipping, everything you make use of to gain the, your own uh, gaining of the physical aspects of the world, physical luxury of the world. Be steadfast in gaining the astuteness of the deep-seated knowledge, and when you gain overwhelming power because of that acute understanding and ability to put forward, so that you gain the wealth of this world so easily, and it is a gift of God for you, from which you will be benevolently giving to the needy and the wayfarers who are in the straight path, who are struggling to be in the righteousness, by which the people of the world will not allow you to have a good life, honorable life. If you are so steadfast in righteousness, the people at large, all around the globe, will not allow you to live that way. You must have the path of error. You must have the ways of the people, the bribing people, the people who are hypocritical, the people who swindle the money, the people who will not pay their due to the public and to the society, and those who are arrogant and will not be humble. They will be promising so many things, but they will withhold and cause a setback to those people who believe that you will be performing your promise, but you will not do. So all this in human ways, if you follow in this world, they will accept you as normal beings. If you want to be righteous, they will not accept you. They will not follow your way, and because of your understanding, because that you have the power of Allah with you, because you have the wisdom that will supervene the existing knowledge, and they have the advantage over the entire gamut of knowledge that people have all around by a mere wish of you. God is going to deliver it to you, and that wisdom nobody is going to possess. So you will not be falling below your standard and adhere to the path of error that people demand of you. So you will not be following their way, and they are not to follow your way. So be steadfast in your exuberant life God has given to you, with full of honor and respectability, and He has given from Him His wisdom, by which you have the light to see through the gloom of your future. Today you have that clairvoyance, whatever you have as a bright future in your heart of hearts, which God gives you with such distant vision, that insight, you will be ever grateful to Him, and you will not be falling from your grace to the disgrace and cause wrongdoing to the people and thereby wronging yourself. So that is chapter 2, 145. These are the people, 2, 146. We are given the book. We are given the book means we are given the understanding of the text the book contains. From the text, you must receive the understanding. That is the guidance. Not just reading is going to give you the guidance. You will gain the guidance from what you are reading, because you have that penetration into the words and sentences, keeping up your situation on your level with your permission, on level with your permission, penetration, and deep understanding quality that you possess. You keep your position on par with it. And the situation, what is presenting before you, is within your sight. And your insight, that which carries you far away from the reachable distance of your physical senses. That is the wisdom that gives you the strength to believe in the unseen vision, the unseen victory that you are going to finally attain, which will last longer than your life. That means you will be passing on that wisdom to your generations to come. Your descendants will receive the generation. So it will cross much beyond your lifetime, and your name will be preserved as a messenger or as a guide, and you will be ever promisingly honored by the people at heart, and your guidance will be ever a beacon of light for the people who believe. Allah will make you to such an extent that your understanding and your ability to teach the people and your perseverance in showing you as a model for the people and your soulful wish that others might also follow your way and thereby receive God's blessing and favor and His favor directly from Him. You make everyone single and you will not allow them to become a group commanded by a priesthood. Again, you will fall to their desires. And they will make full use of your, uh, your positions, your wealth, and your property. They will grab everything out of you. And they will bless you falsely that you will attain moksha. This is how we are following the priesthood. No, Allah makes everyone single, and each one will follow his way. You will read it in chapter 2, 148, just two verses below. To each is his way, and they turn in that direction. To each is his way, and they are to turn in that direction singly, individually. So, believe in the unseen and do good unto others. Never vie with one another. Never have jealous animosity between yourselves, because each one has a distinct way. No person, no two persons can have the same path. You are individuals. And there is no question of groupism, no question of a cult formation. There's no question of a community, a society. And there's no question of a nation against a nation. Everybody becomes single if they follow the Quran, if they follow the God. For simple reason, I have one problem, you have a problem, your problem I cannot understand, my problem you cannot understand. So, you nor me can help either of us. You cannot help me, I cannot help you. So where is the question of becoming together? Unless I am single, God alone paves my way so that I will not falter in any point of my time during my stint in this world. Thereafter also I have the distant vision of that insight which will carry me without trace of sorrow or sadness in me. I will not be falling a prey to my own grief. I will not be losing my order in my life. So I will no I will not be an agreed person at any point of time in my life in this world. So you follow your way and you advance towards doing good things. Spend from what you have in the name of God so that He is going to give a fresh life tomorrow. If you are going to save and then spend out of it, you are going backwards to lead even a worse life. As the age advances, you will be having lots of diseases also, and your affliction will be hitting you so hard because you are aging and losing your strength. If only you are a believer tomorrow, that strength will be positioned, will be strengthened, will be even furthered because of your belief. That belief has got your life giving energy, life strengthening energy. That soulfulness is what you will be incurring from God because of your insight is so powerful over and it has a conquering power over the external vision. And whatever is seducing me, inducing me, inciting me, I will not fall a prey to that worldly measures and things and stimulus, but I will be bearing with that because of my endurance. I am not becoming haughty. I am not becoming proud. I am not falling for the pride of this world. Definitely, all honor belongs to Him, and that my respectability in this world only He grants. He is Kareem, the most and dignity to me comes from Him. So all glory be to Him, and I am receiving His mercy, and I am receiving His honor, the respectability, my reputation, everything will be safeguarded. I am feeling secure under the wings of His mercy. So I advance my possessions, the beautiful provisions God has given to me. I give it to the needy and those who are in the path of God, but today they are suffering. I am giving them without measure. So believe in Him. With a measure you are giving, still you are lagging. And without measure you are giving, you are advancing. And that says, advance towards your beautiful future by spending the provisions, the beautiful provisions I have given you, by which you are going to be the beneficiary of all the blessings of God. The blessing of God today with me, with you, with everyone is have a nice future, have a bright future, have a beautiful future, have a future of heaven, be life here, have a future of no worry, no anguish, no anxiety, no apprehension, full of honor, honorable peace, and peace and respectability together. You will be considered a dignified person in this world. All world will be at your feet, and all people will honor you. That is what God is giving you now as a promise from Him. And who is a better performer than Allah in fulfilling a promise? Follow Allah. He has the power over everything. Everything your five senses could reach up to. Whatever it could reach, everything, even my skin can feel the air, but eyes cannot see. My ears can feel the sound, though eyes cannot see the air, the breeze. And I feel the scent of breeze, though I cannot see through it. So anything that is invisible to your palpability and tactility also you feel because of the wisdom God is giving you. And that insight is important for us to place us in a future away and far ahead of what my physical senses could reach. Beyond that reach, I am believing the insight that God will take me to a position beyond the physical level of life. So I am becoming metaphysical, non-physical, physical, philosophical, physiological, and spiritual. And I will be living in the entire cosmos, both visibility, both within the visibility and outside of the visibility. That is the life you want to acquire. You wish from your God. So, chapter 2, 146, 147. This is the truth from your Lord. So never be of him like him who doubt this. Never be like him who doubt this. Every word that you have received is from the unseen with such clarity, and there is understandability and there is comprehension. Everything is put together. You are listening, taking it to the heart that something is there. Not something is there in what you heard just now. Everything is there. Every part of it is true. Don't be like the one who will be doubting this. This is from your Lord. Unless it is from the Lord, it is not at all possible to say a single word of what I have said to you for 40 minutes now. So you will follow such person because you know he is speaking from what he is living through, and he is not telling a lie. If he is lying, there will be so much of commotion, and there will not be such lucidity and fluidity in his expression. So the lucidness, and the fluidity of my expression should be sufficient for you to believe that I am speaking from the heart without any ambiguity, without any confusion. There's no assumption. There's no nothing like putting things together because of my ability to fantasize, and my ability to give it in a poetic form so that we can be deceived into that is I'm saying something out of nothing, out of everything. Here, out of nothing is spoken here, out of the truth it is spoken here. There is no doubt about it, whatever I have told you, because it is so clearly embedded in your heart. So such are the people who think that, who understand this truth, they will see their messenger as true. They will see their messenger as if he is nearer to them. They will see that it is none but from a messenger alone. Such abstract life in such enclosure can be given to us so that our heart receives it in full measure. So now we come to chapter 50.
5117, Doctor.
51:17. Chapter 51:17. These are the people to whom their sleeping hours are reduced. It is not that you can go on mute. Yeah, thank you. It is not that they are fighting their sleep off and then they are wakeful for sake of Allah. Allah has reduced their sleep. For example, I'm sleeping for 4 hours, 30 or 6:30. I sleep for 3 hours. After that, I have to study. I have to read. I have to understand freshly what Allah has given me today. And Allah wakes me up, removes my sleep totally, and there is no way that I can sleep beyond 3 hours. So that doesn't make me tired looking, or that doesn't make me a haggard. The weariness doesn't touch me. That's what Allah says here. They will sleep, you will find them sleeping only for few hours, and mostly they are wakeful. And in the later part of the night and the early hours, the wee hours, or in the early hours of the night, of the daytime, they will be wakeful and seek forgiveness from Allah. So 51:16, they will accept what their God has given them. A 3 hours sleep or 4 hours sleep or 2 hours sleep, they will accept it so beautifully. Because the tiredness doesn't touch them. The tiredness doesn't touch them. It is the mercy of God. It is the benevolence of God. So God is so considerate, and my life is with Him, and it's not with me. If you read chapter 9, 111, how this is possible to sleep for 2 hours or 3 hours, maximum 4 hours per day, and thereafter they are maintaining their health, and their mental agility and ability is so strong and so fluid. It is crossing beyond the boundaries, and such ease, Allah takes them towards a height where the faith is instilled into them. The faith is inculcated into them as an innate quality, and some of its qualities, God's qualities, become our nature also. And slowly the nature is growing in His name. His name is our life. His name is our behavior. His name is our nature. That's how we'll be living our life in this world. And they will accept whatever God has given them in property, in wealth, in health, and in time. Whatever Allah grants them, they will accept it. These are the people who were doing good before, God chose them to be in His glory, to be in His capacity, to be in His names, to be abiding by His choice of things that whatever you receive from Him as good thing is sufficient for you. He will not be showing your avaciousness in this world for the worldly things and properties. So nobody can incite you, nobody can ignite you one against the other. Nobody can seduce you from your level of heights to the lower level of dishonor and disrepute. So is this clear to you from whatever you heard until up to this moment? Any question? Maybe you don't understand.
It's clear, doctor. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, doctor. Alhamdulillah.
So will you follow what Allah has ordained upon you, and whatever Allah has given you as of now? Alhamdulillah. All glory be to Him.
Subhanallah, doctor. Inshallah, yes. MashaAllah.
Are your hearts peaceful today?
Alhamdulillah.
Any question from what we have listened?
It is connected so beautifully, doctor. One ayat to another ayat.
That's right. That's right. Every single ayat will be connecting with another ayat. Every single ayat is good for all people of all times, and in the same person, within two moments of different situations, it will be linking and connecting. And the same verse will be connecting the entire 8 billion people, and Allah will instill in them. Allah will breathe into them in a manner. This will be transformed and translated field-wise differently to each person, but one voice from here. They will take according to their measure. Be steadfast in your understanding. Be beautiful in your vision. Have the clairvoyance about the future. And you know Allah is near to you, nearer than your lifeline. So have connection with every verse. Now this one verse we have read has connection with the rest of the 6,662 verses that we have completed. Four verses today, 3 verses today, 3 and 4 verses. It is connected with everything. Likewise, any single ayat, when you are exploring, it has connections with all the rest of the 6,600 odd ayats. Salam to all of you.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor. Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
doctor.
doctor.
Salam, doctor. Salam.
Thank you, sir.
doctor.
Thank you, sir.
Doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor.
Salam, doctor. Salam,
Salam.
doctor.
Salam, salam, salam.
Salam, doctor. Salam, doctor.
Wa alaikum salam.
Salam, doctor. Salam, doctor.
Wa alaikum salam.
Salam, doctor.
குழந்தைகள்லாம் உட்கார்ந்து
Salam.